Condo search. Come along with me. We'll talk about the criteria. Where do you want to live? Budget, of course, is going to be number one for most of us. The experts say you should only spend 25 to 30% of your net income on housing. So let's say write down your net income, what you have. Hopefully you have some savings too for emergencies. But let's say you're 1,800 US dollars a month times just say 30%. That is about 540 US dollars. And that would include your electric and water and utilities, that type of thing. So that's about where I'm at. I'm paying about 450 US dollars, 25,000 pesos a month, and 3, 4, 5,000 for electric and water. So let's take that and multiply times about 55. That's about about 30,000, 29,700, about 30,000 pesos. So if you're spending 25,000 pesos on rent and then another 100 or so on utilities, hopefully less than that, but it puts you in that 30% range anyway. Of course, you need to adjust that figure based on your income, your net income, what you get each month. Condo or house, city or province. There are many options, and I've been here 3 trips to the Philippines and 10 years, lived in 6 different condos, different parts of Cebu City, and traveled to a number of other islands. There's Spianata condominium right there. I've done videos there. In fact, if you like these kind of videos, I've done dozens and dozens and dozens of videos. I think I've got 1,600 videos up, but many of those having to do with cost of living, condos, that type of thing. Consider subscribing if you haven't, and hitting the alerts, notifications. There are ways to support the channel. Down the lower left, there's a join. I do deeper dives into various subjects. There's a super thanks, a little heart button over on the right underneath the video for making small donations. In the first comment of most videos, buy me a coffee and PayPal account. Anyway, yeah, many people prefer the condos for convenience, location, convenience. The fact that they take care of pest control, some much better than others, but I haven't had any of those types of issues in the 6 condos I've lived in. New condo, Cebu City Lofts there. No lofts there, but they decided not to change the name. I've done videos there. And, I know many guys, you get more for your money renting a house generally, and prices can go from very cheap, 5,000 a month, 5,000 pesos, $100 on up to thousands of dollars a month. Those high-end subdivisions are available. Very, very nice houses, furnished houses as well. So yeah, we've talked about moving into a house. I would like more space, but you've got issues. Everybody I've talked to has got issues with the pests, the ants and roaches and all that type of thing. Constant battle for that type of thing. You might have termite issues. I know a guy who lives up in the north side of Talamban, Cebu City, and termites and what's the other bug? Bucka, something like that. Some kind of tiny little bug. Ate most of his wooden furniture up, so we had to replace it with steel and or plastic. For many, being close, as soon as you move out of the larger towns and cities, you start having the issue with the better hospitals, more shopping options as far as groceries, restaurants, more Western style restaurants, and not that every I've got Asians that watch my channel as well. If you don't like Western food, that comment doesn't pertain to you. Anyway, another new big tower right there on the corner. I'm going up to look at a project, Rockwell. Rockwell is one of the top tier, a very good reputation, and I'm going to look at one of their projects, do some videos there, and I'll have that up in a couple of days at 32 cents. And I've been there before. I've done video in there. They've got rentals and sales. And by the way, if any of you know of any sales properties for sale or for rent, JR, many of you know who JR at JRC Visa Consultancy. Many of you have used his services, but he is expanding his JRC Real Estate Services business, and you can contact them and help get some of those properties listed anyway, if you're so inclined. And another thing is, what part of the Philippines do you want to live in? There are so many options, and just in the 10 years I've been here, there are many more expats, foreigners, living on many of the other islands. Bohol, for instance, different parts of Bohol, Camotes, part of Cebu province, Malapascua, Bantayan Island, very popular tourist area, and more foreigners moving up there and staying up there. Even though places like Bantayan Island, they've got issues with the power supply sometimes, with the water supply, I think sometimes. So you should research that type of thing and find out, how reliable is the water? Do they have deep wells? Because the shallow wells during the drought, 2015 there was a drought. 4 years later, 2019 there was a drought. 4 years later, 2023, I think, was a pretty bad drought, and there were places that their shallow wells ran dry, and the people had to get up in the middle of the night and wait for a water truck to come around to refill. Even the condo where I'm living, they had their main supplier did not have enough water, so they were buying it from a couple of other suppliers, having it shipped in, and our water rates went up a little bit. So how secure is the water? And I traveled around during Bohol Island, during one of those, was going to stay at a resort, and they said, well, we don't have any water. If you want water, we go down and get seawater, and you can bathe in it, you can wash your dishes in it, but they didn't have water. So I said, oh, do you have a reduced rate? No, sir, same rate, just no water. In my opinion, Cebu City is a good location. It is spared from most typhoons because the outer islands, the east islands, many of you, if you know about hurricanes and typhoons, once they hit land, generally they lose their strength. Not always, every once in a while. One will sneak through. 2013, Yolanda snuck through and hit Cebu a little bit. 2021 December, I think. Super Typhoon Odette came through, did some pretty good damage in the Visayas, the central area. So yeah, just I've been watching storms back in the U.S. Tornadoes, and I've experienced a couple of tornadoes. I've heard one go over our house, sound like a freight train going over our house, but we were lucky we just lost some shingles. And I've seen a couple in the distance that I didn't have to deal with, but yeah, there's scary things. But Cebu City is a small, big city. It's got most of what you would want and need. Good transportation system, international airport, good ferry system, and lots to do. Within, you can take day trips to go out and do various things. Good hospitals. Yeah, just a lot going for it. For me, Manila, I've lived in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles was too big, and that's how I feel about Manila. Also, they're very nice areas of Manila, that Makati, BGC, other areas, but new I think that's a hotel going up there, not absolutely positive, but lots of options. Check out my other videos about condominiums, see what you can get. Right here, best rate, 200 pesos for 3 hours. What a deal, short time hotel. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.